Let's work through this question together to help you understand how you would work through such a question. So this requirement is asking us to determine which of the following values for disposal proceeds and the profit on disposal would explain the difference in the information provided above. So we're told that Human notices that the total of the non-current asset register is $8,000. From this sentence, what we imply is that it is the carrying value of the non-current assets within the register that is being referenced. It is 8,000 less than the non-current assets within the general ledger. Okay, so if I was to jot this down, we have the non-current asset register, where the value that's in that register is 8,000 less than the information for the non-current assets within the general ledger. Okay, so I'm going to refer to X as the unknown value of the information of the non-current assets within the general ledger. It's 8,000 less, so hence take away 8,000 for our non-current asset register. And then we say within our general ledger, the value is X. We don't know what that value is. Now, just looking at this in the first instance, what's quite evident is that it must mean that there is $8,000 worth of carrying value that has not been reported correctly within the general ledger. And we are actually told that this is because they forgot to remove a non-current asset from the general ledger when it was disposed of. And we're given some series of sentences to help us identify which correct sentence would reflect that $8,000 carrying value. Now, from the information, we know that whenever we're thinking about a profit or loss on disposal, we typically have the proceeds, we deduct the carrying value, and ultimately that is going to give us the profit or loss on disposal. So if we think about the statement A, B, C, and D to determine which one of these ultimately gives us the carrying value of 8,000 that we need to establish this difference. Well, starting off with the first sentence, we're told that disposal proceeds are 10,000 and that the loss on disposal happens to be 2,000. So I'm putting this in negative. Now, in order for this sentence to hold true, it must imply that the carrying value is 12,000, which ultimately means it cannot be option A. Okay, so we're not going to think about option A as being the correct answer. Now, if we read on, it tells us in option B that disposal proceeds are 10,000. They've made a profit on disposal of 2,000. So I'm keeping that as a positive. In order for this to hold true, it must mean that the carrying value is 8,000. Now, lo and behold, what we do establish is that that is the correct answer. We are looking for an $8,000 carrying value difference, and option B confirms that. Now, at this point, we don't need to worry about options C and D, but just for completeness, let's actually work it through. So you're being told in option C that carrying value is 10,000. Already, we know that that is incorrect. And we're told in option D, carrying value is 10,000. So again, option C and D cannot be correct. So option B is our correct answer.